morning and welcome to our next edition of Salute to Industry. Today we have Erica Cox from Fortrea joining Angie and I and VetJobs and Military Spouse Jobs. Welcome and good morning.
Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Angie. Thank you for having me.
Good morning. We're so glad that you're able to join us. Sandy and I love doing these Salute to Industry video series where we can have very open conversations with recruiters that work with our VetJobs and Military Spouse Jobs organization to really work to pipeline veteran talent and military spouse talent over into your roles. So thanks so much for joining us. I would like to start to see if you could just share a little bit more about yourself, some of your background, and what to Fortrea.
Okay, sure. And thank you guys so much for having me. Okay, sure. So I am originally from the Washington, D.C. area and currently reside now in North Carolina. I'm a only child of an amazing mom, and I basically started recruiting. I've been recruiting for about 20 years now. I've done various areas of recruitment. I've done college recruiting, healthcare, technical, and now, of course, I'm in clinical recruiting with Fortrea. And I really just really enjoy recruitment. I like being a part of potentially someone's first opportunity, like going and starting out their career, helping them to acquire that, or someone who's been working for many years and is looking for a new position. It's exciting to be a part of something like that in someone's life. So that's kind of what energizes me in regards to recruitment. In regards to Fortrea, I actually am a clinical recruiter here, and I support 3 different locations: Madison, Wisconsin, Daytona Beach, Florida, and Dallas, Texas. And I recruit specifically for nurses and some other like research tech, more like clinical, medical positions for each of those locations. And so they conduct what we call stage 1 clinical trials in each of those locations as well.
Yeah, I loved learning about Fortrea's mission and those clinical studies that they're really supporting in that medical side. So thanks for joining us. I loved in your biography that you said recruiting was a passion project for you. And my background's in recruiting, and so I love that. I really enjoyed those same things that you highlighted and really connecting people with their roles.
Yeah, it's amazing to be a part of that.
So, those were all great comments about Fortrea and the jobs that you recruit for. But I wanted to just kind of dive into more of the specific roles. I mean, you touched on them already and their locations, but what else can you tell us about those roles that you recruit for?
Sure, Sandy. So I recruit for, as I mentioned, specifically for those 3 locations, research nurses and research techs. So our research nurses, we look at candidates who are new right out, specifically for the Madison location. We're open to new grads and experienced nurses. For the other 2 locations, they prefer that you have experience. And that sometimes that can differ from those locations as far as what they're looking for experience-wise for our nurses. But we also hire for research techs. These are typically people who have like patient tech care experience, clinical nursing assistants experience, something like that, where they work. Some of those people work in like nursing homes or doctors' offices, and they assist the nurses and doctors with various with patients in various ways. And then we also have some of our clinical research supervisors or clin ops supervisors in each of those locations, as well as our physicians. We also have physicians at each of those locations as well.
And those roles, those specific roles in Madison and elsewhere, those are in office, correct? Are they?
Correct.
Or are they all on site?
Yep, 100% on site for all of the roles I support.
Okay, great.
And what are obviously we work with veterans and military spouses on a day-to-day basis, but what are some of the reasons that you and Fortrea are really trying to tap into the veteran and military spouse talent pool and population? What are some of those reasons behind and some of those skill sets that they can bring to your organization?
Yeah, great question, Angie. So we are really looking to build that relationship with our veterans. We think, of course, veterans are made an important part of our society in general, and we have veterans that do work with us currently, but we're trying to, I guess, up the ante, if you would say, in regards to their experiences and what they can do within our organization. We do have an employee resource group called VERG, which stands for Veterans Employees Resource Group, and so they are heavily involved in recognizing and hiring veterans for our organization. Our veterans have a wealth of different backgrounds and experiences, and so we really want to tap into that and be able to bring them to our organization with their skill set and be able to, have them a part of what we do here at Fortrea.
That's great. That's great. So that's wonderful to hear that you have a VRG for your Veterans Employee Resource Group. What other tips might you offer to interested candidates for Fortrea?
Well, of course, they can always reach out to me. Like I said, I don't recruit for everything, but I'm always try to help people, even if it's not a position I specifically recruit for, or connect them to a recruiter on my team that, might have a fit for them or might have a role that would align with what they're looking for. But of course, we have our website, our careers page, which is fortrea.com/careers. Where you can apply and see all of our positions across the U.S. and globally. We have positions outside of the U.S. as well. So we definitely open that up to individuals who may be in different countries. We want to make sure we're across the board in regards to opportunities.
Yeah, awesome. Is there anything specific that Fortrea, any events or any activities aside from that veteran resource group that Fortrea does to kind of support and connect in with our military community?
Not at this time, but we're looking at expanding on that, which is part of why, I reached out to you guys. We're wanting to, expand our connection with the veteran community and their spouses as well. Because like I said, we feel like there is a wealth of opportunities from both sides. You guys have people who have, skill sets that definitely fit into what we're looking for here at Fortrea. And we feel like we can offer things to them as well, our benefits, opportunity for growth and promotions within our organization where they can grow their careers. So we're trying to build on that. I kind of build out on that in regards to our veteran, community. So it's kind of like still in something that's still in process, but we're definitely excited about, connecting with you guys.
That's wonderful.
We're very grateful.
Yeah, great to hear that you're wanting to expand and work more with the veteran and military spouse community.
Absolutely.
So what other additional information would you like to share about Fortrea or yourself?
Well, I would say in regards to Fortrea, as far as our culture, we see ourselves as very innovative. We're looking to take clinical trials to the next level. Our relationships that we build with our sponsors, our clients, our employees is very important to us, and kind of making sure the culture that we present to all of those parties is one that's nurturing, where they can feel like they can grow. And our employees also, like I said, our clients also feel like they can trust us in regards to the clinical trials that we perform and our results from those trials, because of course, we can't do what we do without, our employees or the sponsors that we work with for the trials we perform. And as I mentioned earlier, we only do stage 1 clinical trials in the locations that I mentioned earlier, which is, I like to bring the attention to that because I think it's really exciting to be a part of the clinical trial at the very beginning, being a part of that and being involved in a trial as an employee within our those locations. I think it's pretty exciting. You're at the forefront of it. You kind of see it initially working with the different volunteers. And volunteers, when I say that, are patients in this scenario within our clinics. they are actually paid volunteers to participate in the trials we perform. So we do compensate them for their time. And so we want to make sure as well, not just along with our employees and our clients, we also want to make sure our patients feel welcome and warm with us. They feel like safe in regards to the trials we perform, and that, you know, we're following the proper guidelines to protect their privacy, their information, because everything that we gather is protected at a very high level. So, you know, we're just really proud of what we're doing, and we're excited about what the future has in store for us.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know people are our greatest resource at organizations.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
When you're working in your field where you really can change people's lives regarding different experiences and challenges that they're going through, I can't imagine that there could be more meaningful work for individuals. So thank you so much for joining us, Erica, so that we could learn a little bit more about Fortrea, the great work that you all are doing in the clinical research space, and some of the roles. We look forward to connecting with you and getting some of our veteran and military spouse talent over to your organization. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Sandy and Angie. I appreciate you taking time to have me.